You're listening to Movies, where I give a quick rundown of the movies coming out in movie theaters. I'm going to talk about movies coming out on March the 26th. First one we'll start out with is called The Seventh Day. 0% on Tomato Meter, 20% audience score. A rookie priest arrives for his first day of training with a renowned exorcist. As they plunge deeper into hell on earth, the lines between good and evil blur and their own demons emerge. It's rated R for disturbing images, violent content, and some language. It's a horror movie, directed by Justin P. Lang, produced by Chelsea Davenport, Kimberly Huang, Dallas Saunier, and Amanda Presmick. Written by Justin P. Lang. It's also streaming. It's 1 hour and 27 minutes long by Voltage Pictures. Some of the cast and crew: Hannah Align as Mrs. Miller, Robin Bartlett as Helen, Keith David as Father Lewis, Stephen Lang, Vadhir Derbez as Father Daniel, and Guy Pearce as Father Peter. 6 minutes to midnight. 36% on Tomato Meter, to 55% audience score. In the summer of 1939, influential families in Nazi Germany have sent their daughters to a finishing school in English seaside town to learn the language and be ambassadors for a future-looking National Socialist. A teacher there sees what is coming and is trying to raise the alarm, but the authorities believe he is the problem. It's rated PG-13 for some violence. It's a drama, mystery, and thriller in history. Directed by Andy Goddard, produced by Andy Evans, Sean Marley, Aid Shannon, Sarah Townsend. Written by Andy Goddard, Eddie Izzard, and Ceylon Jones. It's also streaming. It's 1 hour and 42 minutes long by Mad as Birds and West Madison Entertainment. Some of the cast and crew: Ceylon Jones as Corporal Willis, Carla Jury as Ilse Keller, Eddie Izzard as Thomas Miller, Jim Broadbent as Charlie, James Darcy as Captain Dre, and Judi Dench as Miss Rochelle. Shoplifters of the World. 41% on Tomato Meter, to 67% on the audience score. In the summer of 1987, four friends reeling from the sudden breakup of the iconic British brand, The Smiths, embark on a night out of partying to mourn their musical loss. At the same time, an impassioned Smiths fan takes a local radio DJ hostage at gunpoint and forces him to play nothing but Smiths tracks. With the radio station playing as a soundtrack to their night, their friends go on a wild journey of self-discovery that will transform them forever. Featuring an incredible soundtrack including 20 songs from The Smiths, Shoplifters of the World is a glorious ode to the craziness of the 80s and the power of music to change people's lives. It's a drama comedy directed by Stephen Kajak, produced by Joe Manganiello, Nick Manganiello, Laura Reister, Adam Schoen, Marco Vicini, Christopher Figg, Lorian Hall, and Phil Holting. Written by Stephen Kajak. It's also streaming. It's 1 hour and 31 minutes long by 3:59, Oscura Film, and an Untitled Entertainment. Some of the cast and crew: Thomas Lennon as Uncle Dick, James Bloor as Patrick, Nick Krause as Billy, Elena Kampouris as Sheila, Eller Coltrane as Dean, and Helena Howard as Cleo. The Vault. 55% on Tomato Meter, 61% on audience score. Now this is a globe-trotting, action-packed thriller following a high-risk heist. When an engineer learns of a mysterious impenetrable fortress hidden under the Bank of Spain, he joins a crew of master thieves who plan to steal the legendary lost treasure locked inside while the whole country is distracted by Spain's World Cup final. With thousands of soccer fans cheering in the streets and security forces closing in, the crew have just minutes to pull off the score of a lifetime. It's rated R for language. It's a crime, action, drama, mystery, and thriller. Directed by John Balaguero. Produced by Ghislaine Boros, Alvaro Agustin, Francisco Sanchez Ortiz, Eneko Lizarraga Aratibil. I'm sorry about the name. I know I'm chopping them up. Not on purpose, though. Written by Rafa Martinez, Idris Koppel, Borja Glez Santaolalla, Michael Gastambide, and Rowan Athale. It's also streaming. It's 1 hour and 58 minutes long by Think Studio, Q Dadano, Siskel, Telecino Cinema, El Tesoro de Drake, AIE. Some of the cast and crew: Louis Tosser as Simon, Jose Coronado as Gustavo, Liam Cunningham as Walter, Sam Riley as James, Astrid Burgess Fursby as Lorraine, and Freddie Highmore as Dom. Dutch Hole, 79% on tomato meter, 71% on audience score. Supernatural terror and spine-tingling suspense highlight this gripping journey into fear. When Cammy orders a taxi service to take her to her father's country home, she's hoping for a quiet and uneventful ride. But a wrong turn by Spencer, her chatty driver, results in the car stalling on a dark and remote road. After several threatening and inexplicable occurrences, Cammy and Spencer realize that they are being watched by an unseen presence that sees them as trespassers and is ready to exact a deadly toll. It's rated R for language throughout and some violence. It's a horror, mystery, and thriller. Directed by Michael Nader. Produced by Max Toplin, Jordan Hayes, and William Day Frank. Written by Michael Nader. It's 1 hour and 20 minutes long by 4AM Films and Always Hungry Productions. Some of the cast and crew: Sarah Camacho as Mary, Jess Brown as Cynthia, Rosemary Dunsmore as Lorraine, James McGowan as Neil, Max Toplin as Spencer, and Jordan Hayes as Cammy. Nobody, 81% on tomato meter, 95% on the audience score. Hutch Mansell, an underestimated and overlooked dad and husband, taking life's indignities on the chin and never pushing back. Ain't nobody. When two thieves break into his suburban home one night, Hutch declines to defend himself or his family, hoping to prevent serious violence. His teenage son, Blake, is disappointed in him, and his wife, Becca, seems to pull only further away. The aftermath of the incident strikes a match to Hutch's long-simmering rage, triggering dormant instincts and propelling him on a brutal path that will surface dark secrets and lethal skills. In a barrage of fists, gunfire, and squealing tires, Hutch must save his family from a dangerous adversary and ensure that he will never be underestimated as a nobody again. Sounds interesting. It's rated R for language throughout, brief drug use, bloody images, and strong violence. It's a mystery and thriller action. Directed by Ilya Nashuler. Produced by Kelly McCormick, David Leitch, Braden Aftergood, Bob Odenkirk, Mark Proviciero. Written by Derek Kolstad. It's 1 hour and 32 minutes long by Odenkirk Proviciero Entertainment, 87 North, 82 Films. Some of the cast and crew: Michael Ironside is Eddie Williams. RZA is Harry Mansell. Christopher Lloyd is Hutch's father. Alexei Serebryakov as Yulian Kuznetsov. Connie Nielsen as Becca Mansell. And Bob Odenkirk as Hutch Mansell. Alright, that's it. That's the movies coming out March the 26th. Have fun watching the movies.
This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.